is up, guys? Welcome, Nature Power Train. And tonight's topic is going to be about low costs, keeping low costs, especially for beginners. But before we get into this, let me see how I'm relaying on this live stream because last live stream my sound was just shit. So let's make sure that I got this going so I need to make it a habit so I can look on my phone and see what the hell is going on. Okay? What it is, people come in, they don't say anything, and they haul ass, and then I don't know if my audio is messed up. So feel free to let me know if my audio is messed up. If y'all can, I'll appreciate that. Before we get into the topic about keeping stuff, the costs low, let's go ahead and check this out. All right, not working on nothing tonight. I've been at it with everything else, and I'm just trying to take it easy from work and trying to get information out there to newcomers. Okay. Tell you the story about whenever I started doing model railroading. Uh, the thing was, I thought you would have to have the best of the best. You know, I was kind of naive in the sense of wanting the best of the best, and at the time, you want the best locomotives, the best of everything. But what happens, that shit starts getting expensive, bro. And before you know it, okay, let me check this 1 second. Yes, we're working. Okay. All right. So yeah, getting back to that, naive in the sense of buying trains, well, locomotives, and man, we're looking at $320, $330, and that shit just gets expensive really quick. So I was affording it well before. I still can, but I rather, I got other stuff in life that I need to do. But what the thing is, nowadays, the good brands, the expensive brands, they're going up because of tariffs, of course, and added on to your shipping costs. And you really can't beat up the manufacturers too much because, I mean, they're sending over to China, getting their stuff made, and it's expensive for them too, So they're trying to make their buck at the end of the day, but also looking at the buyer trying to buy some stuff brand new. It's very expensive. So the alternative to that, if you can't afford that stuff, of course, train shows, which I don't have around here. Train shows is most important to go look at. Garage sales, which that's a iffy, but the biggest thing would be probably like eBay. Okay, eBay is going to be a good source to go to. Okay, uh, sometimes you can get lucky by bidding, and there's not many people watching it. And if you bid a few bucks above what they're already advertising, you may can win that. I done ran a bid up before me and the guy was competing, and I was like, man, and before you know it, it was going more than a locomotive was actually going for. So I think that bid went to like 370, and I'm like, dude, I can buy a locomotive for like 320, right? So we were tip and tap, and I bowed out around like 350, something like that. I was like, well, he really wanted that locomotive. Hey, Blake, how you doing? Yeah, Texas. Yeah. We got one in Pontchartrain coming up. If I didn't miss it, but that's over in Baton Rouge. But I don't know. I got too much stuff. I don't really go to the train shows. I got to travel far for that. But eBay is a good source. Don't get discouraged on eBay, man. eBay, the only thing you be looking at eBay is you're gonna have to calculate your shipping, okay? And things cost, right? Shipping is not free. Tariffs done went up 25, 30%. Uh, the good thing about eBay is that they're not calculating the tariff into that product they're selling. That's the good thing about it, okay? like these cars that I bought here, this was sitting on somebody's shelf. I mean, they were even stuck together. So I won the bid at $50 plus shipping, which put it around $68. But at least they didn't have a tariff attached to it. And this is brand new, right? So tariffs are attached to your new stuff. And if you're trying to do this stuff cheap, I don't want to say the word cheap because it makes it sound bad, but just trying to keep it low cost. Um, Definitely garage sales, train shows, and eBay. That's going to be a big one, bro. eBay is going to be, a lot of older people are afraid of eBay because they're not sure, but it's a reputable company. They will give you money back. They it's kind of like Amazon. Colorado has one Thanksgiving weekend. I buy from eBay. So far, so good. Oh, cool, Lana. Yeah, good deal, right? But I don't think, and I've been ordering from eBay a lot, man. I have not yet, maybe once, nothing on train stuff, but other things like maybe like a shirt or something might have come back where I didn't have it. But as far as like trains and stuff on my hobbies, I had no issues with that. Oh, do you, Blake? Good. I'm glad to hear that, bro. Good. Glad for you. Hell yeah. DCC, yeah. But yeah, eBay, and people don't need to be afraid of eBay. In fact, I had more stuff come back on Amazon versus eBay. I don't know what the deal is with Amazon lately for me, and I still order from Amazon, but sometimes they mix up where the people that are selling to Amazon, I think that's where they can mix up you at. It doesn't come in the way it is, and it might linger a little while, and it might be on back order. I'm not sure too much in that aspect. That's why I don't mess with Amazon too much in the hobby here because they can mark up some stuff on Amazon. So eBay is where I'm at right now, and it's low cost, and you can shop like you want, bid like you want. If you don't want it, you can cancel the order. It's a good platform to use. You might get lucky and run across some locomotives that are 15, $20. Of course, it's probably like a Bachman or something, but hey, it gets you in the hobby, right? Yeah, Lana, some things Amazon is way too expensive. Absolutely. They done went up. And of course, that's they're paying their people in the warehouses. They're paying their people pretty good, than what I'm hearing. And convenience is good for Amazon. People don't want to go through this big charade of things, so they just hit one button, purchase. They'll pay the extra 15, $20 for it, and it shows up on their front step. So Amazon, at least for me, is good in that aspect, but I did notice their price hikes. They did go up. Richie, Plano train show grabbed more than half a dozen steam locals, many of them River Rossi. Oh, sweet River Rossi. Hell yeah. Richie, usually $10 each too. Cool. Amazon did me good. Oh, the Easy Command. Blake, how much was that Easy Command, if you don't mind me asking? Let me turn on that locomotive. And speaking of low costs, Walter's locomotives are just spectacularly a good buy. I think I'm giving like $160 for those locomotives, brand new. They outperform every locomotive I have. I can't say enough good about Walters. Walters is pretty much the best in my opinion. eBay can definitely be pricey for sure. Trade shows are great. Yep, eBay, you gotta, again, I had no trouble with eBay, but you have to shop and You'll get lucky. I get lucky all the time with eBay. And again, I won that bid on those cars, and those cars were like 230 something bucks because I think Walters had. I don't want to say they discontinued them because I don't know, but they did slack off on making those slag cars, and I got those for a good price. 319, 360. I got the. Mm, okay, yeah, that's that DCC. Yeah, that you gonna pay for that DCC remote. Oh yeah. I think NCE. What is NCE now? Let me see what an NCE starter set is. I forgot what it was. I think I gave 220 for my DCC NCE. Let's see the power cab. Let's see how much that thing was. Oh, wrong thing. 184 for an NCE DCC power cap starter set, and that's what I have running this whole layout. That's not a bad, and that's from Fusion Scale Hobbies. So you're looking at like Walmart has it advertised for 175, Yankee Dabbler has it advertised for 160, eBay has a used one for 95 bucks. I'm telling you, I would take a chance on that. I would take a chance on that starter. You can see that. If I was trying to save money, I definitely would take a chance on that starter set from. It's not bad, man. We're looking at a okay with the booster on NCE. You're looking at 559. So this stuff that's where you start getting more pricier in the wireless and stuff like that. It's not bad, dude. I ended up going with Digitrax LCD screen on it, make program on some easier tweaking CVs. I'm still new to DC. I'm learning. Okay, Richie. Yep. I like Digitrax in my case is okay. It's not for me. It's not as simple as my NCE because NCE you can see where it's labeled headlight so much. But on that one I have, you gotta kind of I think it's with the number or whatnot. It's a little confusing. Amazon was the cheapest for it, and I got a good deal. 2 DCC trains, 3 rolling stock. Oh, you got all of it. Okay, okay, yeah, that's a good deal. Yeah. Okay, yeah, then that is a good deal. I didn't know if you just got the starter set. But yeah, low cost, and it goes with any hobby. You can get carried away with things, but model railroading, such as cars, like decent cars are running 30 to 40 bucks a car. They can get some cheaper ones, 25, 24 bucks. But these cars are, like a Walters, the larger ones, they're running like 35, 40 bucks for one car. So that would be good at train shows, eBay, and so forth and so on. But kits are cheaper because you got to build them, and people want to offload kits. Okay, and for me, a kit is fun to build, and of course, you get them a little cheaper. Good, Blake. I'm happy for you, bro. As long as you having fun with it, definitely. Um, what else? As far as price wise, locomotives was your biggest one. Buildings, Walters buildings, that too has went up. A decent kit's running 50 to 60 bucks a kit, like a large building. That's why I 3D print all my stuff. I'm saving a ton of money doing 3D printing. Um, yes, a 3D printer is expensive up front because you're putting out the 300 bucks or the 400 bucks for a decent 3D printer, but you want to get your money back in time because filament ain't but 20 bucks of filament. So once you learn how to program on a 3D printer, you can save yourself a lot of money. Facebook Marketplace is great too. Lots of trade stuff. I never really done it because I'm not sure about that with people just unloading stuff, so I wouldn't know. My Athearn KCS sounds crisp with the Tsunami. Oh yeah, yeah, the Tsunami 2. Um, yeah, I love my Tsunami 2s. Definitely good decoder. Never really had any trouble other than my fault doing stuff to my locomotive, right? Hey, look at that Walters, bro. You can't beat them Walters. I don't care what anybody says. That's the only locomotive that can really take some crazy ass track work, man. It's a on this layout. It runs great. Athens will run good, but every once in a while they'll give a hiccup. A scale train, it don't. It's good for my yards and straight runs and flat surfaces. It's not good for those grades you see. What else is cost saving, guys? I did that. That was my issue of pushing it, Blake. I was pushing that Tsunami too. I was putting a lot of weight in it, and what was happening, as you give the command to go, the locomotive is going to try to pull no matter what, and the more weight you have on something, the more amps it puts through the system to supply the power to the decoder and to the motor. So it's going to put the voltage to it. It's the amps you got to worry about burning decoders, and that's what happened with the Tsunami 2. I've only got the like 6 new locomotives. The rest of my stuff is used myself, but 4 of my 6. Yeah, Richie. Oh yeah, definitely. I agree. Cool. I don't have many either. I have enough. I tell you what, I will not do again. I will not buy the older after kit locomotives because there's some design flaws in it, such as the wheelbase. And on my war bonnet, the wheels move slightly like this. I couldn't understand why I kept derailing that locomotive. So when I measured it with my mic, each wheel was out of a gauge by so many thousandths. So they do move. Bad design on the older uh, locomotives. That's why I don't believe in buying older. For me, I don't believe buying older stuff. I want the new stuff. I don't want to have any issues. The old blue boxes are good, but I'll show you this locomotive here. This is a kit where you have to build this, okay? And what's happening is these wheels will get out of gauge really easy. They move. They move. I couldn't understand why I kept having derailing issues. So, mic'd it. There you go. So, never will buy. Well, let me not say never. Let me just stop with that. Let me see if I can fix it and redeem that locomotive. Hey, Tommy, what up? All my 6 new, the other 2 steamers. After Genesis, Bachman. Oh yeah, Bachman. Yeah, run great. I wish Walters made steam too. Oh, Walters don't make steam, eh? Hey, I didn't know that. Damn. I don't know. I got I love steam, but I got a hitch for modern equipment, man. I just love the way those engines perform and look. What else is? Of course, lumber. When you're starting to build your model railroad, lumber, that's always a pricey thing. I made that video when I built that shelf. That that was almost $100 for a few supplies. Just doing that. So I'm thinking like, man, do I really need a shelf? I could have just bought a locomotive off of eBay, huh? Shit is getting wild. You doing some switching? Okay, cool, Tommy. On the cheaper side of things, such as your scenery, plaster isn't that bad, but it did go up. It went from like $3.50 to like $5 or $6 for like a thing of plaster at Walmart. Stuff like that has gone up. A lot of everything has gone outrageous. I've been wanting steam trains, but the ones in budget are Bachmann trains that break down. You say or come broken. Hey, that sucks. Yeah, that person had a bad experience with that. Again, I had no issues with none of that. Thank the Lord, man. Thank God. I would hate to put a price on everything I've got over here, such as in wood, uh, track, cork, um, buildings. It's a big hefty price, and of course the scale that I'm playing on. And again, this is the scale that I play on. You don't have to base it on what I'm playing on, but what I play on it was pricey. It was pricey. But if you're playing on a smaller setup, you can you can cut them costs down. BLI, I came to learn that BLI is a good locomotive. They're really good. I had a lot of bad taste in my mouth with BLI, listening to people in the beginning giving wrong reviews on BLI, which was not true. Um, and in believing that, I forced myself to break my own BLI, right? Uh, but no, BLI is good. They are a little pricey. Like a big EMD you're gonna pay for that. What I like about BLI, they do fantasy locomotives. I love that about them. And I'm destined to get one fantasy locomotive from them. The old Bachmann steamers from the 90s and earlies are definitely an issue. The axles are almost guaranteed broken according due to brittle plastic. New Bachmann has metal axles, they learn. Okay, the old Bachmann. Now, here's the thing with the broken gears on your Bachmanns, right? I wonder if you get them from factory if they're already broken. Okay, like if you get mailed out, you take it apart and they broken. Okay, that's kind of shady right there for me. The thing would be, are you buying used Bachmann locomotives? Okay, and you take them apart to grease them and you see them broken, but they are used. Two different cats to skin, and I wonder if they're out the box if they're broken. Okay, I assume that a lot of times they're used and they are broken. Okay, and I think the people that had them before, they're not putting the right lubrications in their plastic gears. You say, well, David, you put grease in them, right? That's where people are wrong. You cannot put any kind of oil or any kind of grease on plastic gears. They will break down and get brittle and crack. They swell up. As a machinist, I've learned that, and you can look it up and you can see it. So I was wondering, are they coming from factory like that, or people are buying them used? I'm leaning to people are buying them used, in my opinion. I want to get a big boy definitely with smoke, so when I get a job, I'll save. Yeah, what are they now, Blake? $1,000? I bought mine at 700 and something bucks, almost $800. The BLI Centipede. What's that thing going for, man? So yeah, you want to use Labelle oil, or you want to use some kind of silicone oil on your gears, or silicone lube on your gears, just a little bit. And if it's plastic, you don't really need nothing because they are self-lubricating. Um, that's just the nature of plastic. If it's the old stuff that actually breaks so bad the wheels literally fall off or come out the quarter seam, the plastic is just so bad it's guaranteed 3D printed axles fitted, used or not. Okay, so brand new it does happen also. Okay, Richie. I did see some broken stuff on a lot of used stuff, and I was leaning more towards that. And and I'm sure people are still packing their locomotives with petroleum-based oils and greases, which is wrong. It makes me upset how some people break HO scale trains. Dang, I was breaking them in the beginning, bro. Not on purpose, of course. Well, no, I lit a fire on one of them. Back in the gap. I still got that locomotive, by the way. Now, I had something hit the floor, and of course, it was accidental. Damn it. Oh, that irritates me, man. When something hits the floor and breaks, it's like, oh, crap. Yes, Richie, that's right. That's right. But yeah, getting back to the petroleum stuff, that it does swell that plastic up. What I will do, I will search for the metal bearings within the locomotive and the journals. Okay, wherever metal's at, I will search that down and I will lube that. Okay, eventually the oil will work. It's in the gears, but I don't target just the gears. Bachman likes to slather oil all over their gears. When you get them brand new, it's just sopping with oil. But definitely, still to this date, other than trains hitting the floors, I had no gear problems on none of my locomotives, no motor problems. The decoders again was a given, right? That was my fault. But as far as everything else, things are going good. I want a. I went to a train show and got some. I found one of them smokes real bad. Damn. How old is that locomotive, Tommy? Your older motors will be prone to that. Older motors will be prone to smoking or the old brush type motors, which I can't stand. I like to get away from that. We in with the times, and for me, I get in with the times. If you already have the old locomotive, it's a different story. But I'm not searching down older, crappy locomotives. I want modern stuff where I can replace it with modern stuff, and they just last. If after the bill it makes more, before I might go for some 500. Yeah. Oh, they get pricey, man. But River Rossi, I always wanted to try a River Rossi big boy. They still up there in the price on eBay right now. But I hear they run good, man. I hear that River Rossi has a good running locomotive. It's used. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, the older locomotives I try to stay away from. You know, I don't have the luxury. Of course, I got a big layout to finish building, and I don't want to have the luxury to try to figure out problems with locomotives when I can just run them. So, yeah, no old stuff if we can help it, unless it's something I really want. Advantage of the old open frame style motors that they are easy to service down. They're usually weaker. Yep, weaker, and they get hotter. They work harder, and they just don't perform like a new can motor. Yep, a new can motor. You burn up a new can motor. I wonder what you put that locomotive through. One of his pistons were off center, but River Rapids was reliable. Yeah, I hear that. It's not bad, Richie. 62. Yeah, it's under $100. So hell yeah, that's a home run right there. Uh, I had got some. What was it? Got a couple of the old model powers for like $15 each. About 2 years ago, 3 years ago. That's the cheapest I've ever bought a locomotive. River Austin ball bearing motors are pretty rock solid. I wouldn't know. Okay, sounds that's cool, Richie. Um, Plastic trucks such as Eve model, like this, I'm putting on my kits. That was a good cost for all these trucks, and cost over quality. You know, normally is not true because I bought some metal with the spring trucks, and they were expensive and they don't work. DD40, $50, but it didn't work. Shit. Maybe you could put an oversized motor in it, Tommy. Yeah, I like to when I'm building my train. When I was building like the my soldier locomotive and my Venom, I was just putting stuff together. It worked out pretty good. So yeah, cost is going to be your biggest thing in model railroading, guys. We all know that, but to be smart about it, you know, saving the cost, and you eBay is going to be a good source to go to. You know, I'm clearing the water up with that because I know eBay, and I know the experience I had with it through the years. No problem with eBay. I got a steal of a deal at the train show. $10. 900 wolves were just damn. You got lucky on that, Richie. You got lucky, bro. Bro, the EMOB metal wheels are amazing. I've been using them to upgrade all my Bachman and Tyco rolling stuff. Oh, sweet, Rich. Yeah, they are. They good, man. What are they, like $15, if that? I forgot what I gave for them. I just bought them the other day. Oh, yeah. Definitely. These are they metal or plastic? Yeah, they plastic. These are plastic. I see why they make plastic trucks because you can stretch them the way you want, you know, and they stay in, you know, they stay in good. KD trucks, they need to get on their ball game and fix those trucks. They're asking for people's money, but the crap is falling apart. So I'm like, I don't know. Gave me a bad taste in my mouth with KD on that. Yeah, you can't beat that price. Couplers, man. KD's website. I was a little low on those couplers I told y'all on that short. KD's website is $150 for a 50 count of 158 couplers. That shit's outrageous, man. If you're buying in bulk, you think they would kind of like $150? That's wild. Tommy, oh, thank you, Tommy. Yeah, it's a double-edged sword, Tommy. It's a double-edged sword. Yeah, got a lot of room to feel, but also it takes a lot of money out your pocket. The upkeep isn't too bad. I can't say the upkeep is bad because it's not. Although I do need to clean it, but uh, costs. Yeah, $150 for some couplers, man. And I needed them. You know, it's like I'm not going to put no plastic stuff if I can help it. But yeah, that shit's wild. Right now, I'm keeping an eye out on kit cars, such as those kit gondolas I built, those log cars I built. I got good prices on those cars. The only downfall, you got to build them, and it can be a little tricky to build them, a little pain because they so small, the little parts. But you're saving money while doing it. So I'm kind of on a kick of building cars. Like this Athearn flat car. I bought this brand new from Athearn. I believe this car was like 40 something bucks when I bought this one car, something like that. That's just one car. The people that has this collection of 200 and 300, especially if they bought it out of their own pocket. We're talking about buying out our own pocket, not somebody giving you something. But yeah, buying out your own pocket, shit, that's some money, bro. Believe it or not, a lot of my cars out plastic and they were really good. Yeah, yeah. I have some that are plastic on those military cars, and mm, they got the little leaf on it. Man, they give me all kind of issues. Uh, Walters comes with metal couplers, which I love. After and so far, the plastic couplers are working out, so yeah, that's okay for now. Oh yeah. What else, guys? Of course, all the tools you need to buy for model railroading, right? All the tools you need to buy. It's like, dang. Hello, Troy. How you doing? We're good, man. Talking about the cost and what people are getting themselves into when you get into model trains. Minus the technology of it, right? Like, if you want to get into like the automatic, the motors, all that automatic technical shit, that's thousands of dollars, man. So yeah, it all depends. Whew. It all depends on what you want to do and how far your budget wants to go. But right now, the train hobby is hot, and they are charging out the ass. Hello, Andrew. Hey, how you doing? They're charging out the ass because they know you want it. It's like the cork craze. The cork wasn't that expensive back then. Now, once they know you need it, they know you need it. They charging you for that shit. Oh, let's go up double. Oh yeah. But I don't see prices coming down. Prices are going to be where they're going to be, and they just going to take a hike. So if you're looking at a certain locomotive to get, a steamer or whatever you're looking to buy, and you got the money and you really want it, there you go, guys. I can only imagine 6 months to a year from now, prices are going to be up, and it's only the way the world is going with tariffs and the economy and the interest rates and the banking. When all that changes, it's a trickle down effect. It trickles into everything. It's kind of like a pyramid. It just into everything. As at Walters, those coal hopper cars, I don't think you can find them. The what is it? The four bay? Is it the four bay? Yeah, the four bay. I don't think you can find those anymore. And I'm glad I bought them when I bought them. I think you get the two bay. I think you can still get those. But yeah. Here's a valid. Do you ever run a passenger? I would like to, Troy. I have a little plan with the city. Let's see, show you the city. There's a city. I would like to do something on the outskirts of the city, a little loop or something, but not nothing major with passenger trains. Those passenger trains is going to be something I want to just just for like a run around. I don't know, maybe elevated track in the city, like you'd see like on a non-realistic movie or something. A Schnapple could work on your layout. Okay, tell me. Yeah, my layout is not that complicated. I don't feel like complicating it too much. Everything is manual. It's one giant loop and double main line in the back. Switching where I need it, big industry where I need it, and I'm happy with what I have. Yeah, we'll see where this takes me. I got a turntable that I can do switching on. If these projects will slow down, I can kind of settle back down. Yeah, maybe do something like this, Troy. Maybe put the track like this. You know, excuse me. Something like that, maybe. Who knows, right? It swings like 5 inches away from the truck. Whew, man. Yeah, I definitely need more buildings. I need more buildings. I need to. I'm thinking about, well, I want to motorize some switches in the blast furnace industry. So that I got one installed right now, but I don't know if I want to continue. How far I want to go with that? Damn, Tommy, 5 inches. Damn. Yeah. Talking about stuff like this, stuff we take for granted, right? Super glue. Like this little bottle of super glue is like $12. Good. It's good super glue. You go to Walmart, at least for me, you can't find good super glue. It's all gel glue, gorilla glue. In my case, I don't like because it's gel. I hate that kind of glue. So I have to order the stuff and just that, paints, good quality, good quality kit, weld glue, splash stroke. That stuff, gets pricey. Um, Supplies in general, That's why I am 3D printing a lot. Those trees where you see where that locomotive is passing, that's AliExpress trees. AliExpress is another good platform to shop on. They're they're a Chinese market of Amazon. That's the Chinese Amazon, right? You can't go wrong with them. It just takes a little while to get your shit, but it's good price stuff. Okay. Shuri say, "Hey, Shuri, how you doing?" So all my trees are AliExpress. Every once in a while, I order from AliExpress for certain things, but would I keep ordering from them? Absolutely. They're a good place to order stuff from too. That's cost saving. You'd be surprised on how much you save on AliExpress. Oh, cool, Tommy. Thank you. Just hit your notifications when I go live. You see me. Just hit your bell icon so you'll hear it. Ping. It'll ping off. Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. When I went live the other day, but my mic was shit, man, and the people in the chat didn't tell me any better. So I gotta learn how to how to fix this before I start talking. Yeah, Troy, they're actually good, bro. Actually good. In fact, show you. See, like the well, yeah. Let me show you up here. See that white machine up there? That metal machine? That's from AliExpress. It took like 3 weeks to get that thing in. What else? Cost saving, guys. How can you save some money with it? I noticed that when I was buying locomotives in the beginning, I used to love Tower Hobbies. Tower Hobbies, I would order like RC boats back then with them, trucks. They were pretty a reputable company back then. Now they mark up like if you can get a locomotive for like $300 from a certain individual online retailer, they're marking them up almost to $400. So certain retailers you have to pay attention to. Longboard Hobby is good, and just keep searching around. I don't want to get too much names, until you start looking. But definitely be careful with certain retailers. It's all a price matching thing, man. They can get you. They can squeeze that extra $10 out of you. They will. It's just the way the world ticks. Money runs it. It's sad in that way because at the end of the day, the almighty dollar is going to shine through. Yeah, AliExpress. It's a good. And if you don't like what you're getting, or whatever you want to do, you can cancel. It's just like Amazon. It's a Chinese market, just like Amazon. Temu, I don't mess with Temu. Uh, Never have. I'm sure they're good. I never have. I go to places where I know that I can cancel and I can get my money back. Right. Uh, I don't have any hobby shops around me, and I understand that people want to shop local, but a lot of times local retailers they mark their stuff up also. You know, so you gotta be careful with that. Around here, not in the hobby stores. Around we don't have any hobby stores, but like a lawn and garden private shop, they'll mark it up 50%. Because it's a small town and they know you want it, so that's a 50% markup. And it's like, bro, hold on now. So I don't know how it is in the big cities with hobby shops, but if you can save you 15, $20, it's worth it to save that 15, $20. That's a. It's sad because the internet has killed a lot of the hobby shops, and the hobby shops has to compete. But a lot of times, the internet beats the hobby shop. It does. At the end of the day, the money. It's just the way the realistic world works. I know it sounds a little crude, but it's just how the realistic world works. Oh, that's good to know, Troy. Okay, Timu. Okay, all right. Is it like a one button thing you hit and you'll like purchase off once you set everything up, or it's a process? I'll dispose just to be extra. Okay, yeah, I'm not okay. I don't have that problem too much, Richie, but that's a good idea. It's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point. What is right now? What is ballast in ground covers like ballast? What is that going for right now? I haven't looked. I know when I bought 2 jugs of ballast, it was like $50, bro, for 2 jugs. That was a while back. I think about making my own ballast, right? I'm not being hard up in saving money. I mean, being cheap, but I am hard up in making my money go further in this hobby. Because if you're not watching it, it gets out of hand quick. Oh, it is. Okay, that's good to know. All right, I have to check that out. Cool. Do they have? I'm sure they got model train stuff on there. Huh? Thought they did. The best options are one that give you a reason to buy from them instead of online. Case in point, my local shop, 15% off buying from them, and they'll order what you want. Oh, that's good, bro. At least they do that. That's good. Now, Richie, that price, 50% off that price, compared to like any other retailers, is it cheaper than any other retailers, or about the same price? I go through Arizona Rock for Dallas. Okay. In this world nowadays, you got to do everything yourself, or you're gonna get lost. Mm. Yeah, yeah. Try to do as much as you can. Okay, Troy. That's one for me. I'm gonna be doing pretty soon. Yeah. Um. I get. Of course, it's no worry to the person that makes a lot of money. Yeah, it's no worry for them to crack off $500 for three. All the time for a locomotive, 400, whatever they are, 350, whatever they are, and but what this is about is the person that's trying to get into it, and this is some good knowledge for them to understand that it doesn't have to be the best of the best. As long as it works, go with it, man. You know, Usually always cheaper to buy from them. They get your business, and you pay less than online. It's a win. Oh, good, Richie. Hell yeah. Well, that's good for you. Hell yeah. Texas Toy Soldier is the name. They mostly do Oreo, but have sounds like a pretty good shop if they're doing that. Good. That's somebody that actually values their customer, and they want their customer to keep coming back. They're not just worried about the money aspect. So that's a good hobby shop. Not saying the other ones do that, but I'm sure you have some out there. In this small town, the vendors that are here with certain things, they just outrageous. I'm observing in this small town what goes on around me. Much less the larger cities. So okay, that's good to know. I have to. I could, Tommy, but yeah, I could do like a short or something. Yeah, good. Yeah, I got to knock out these cars here that I've been building, and I got to get moving with this stuff pretty soon. But yeah, I have the BLI big boy. I do. Runs great. Good locomotive. Good, Richie. Sounds like a good place to buy. It's worth it for the hour drive. Hell yeah, it's worth it. So, beginners rewatching this, or anybody in the chat that's seeing this, Hobby Lobby, check your Hobby Lobbies. In scale, I know mine carries in scale and mine carries HO. The HO stuff gets bought out. The in scale is always there. The Hobby Lobby has good price points on their starter sets. Um, you're getting a whole starter set, such as Blake said a while ago, with his locomotives and all. You can save money like that also, and you're getting new stuff also. So, the name of the game in the hobby, in my opinion, is saving as much as you can and also getting what you want, but being smart about it. My opinion. Longboard hobbies, Midwest discounts all the time. You can get some awesome discount deal. Yep, on board. I dealt with them. I've dealt with all of them. Yep. SD70, bro. I'm on a Walters kick. So the next locomotive would probably be another Walters. Walters have shined through on their locomotives, their rolling stock I have. They work, man. It's like you open it up, you put it on the track, and just something about it clicks in, and it goes. It's a good running locomotive. Train World, yeah, what I bought from Train World, switches. I bought a lot of switches from Train World. Yeah, I don't think I bought any locomotives from them. Dorothy, I remember the name. Yeah, how you doing? Oh, yeah. Okay, all right. How you doing, Northeastern? What else, guys? Um, Gomer. What's another good way to save money? eBay, not buying every damn thing. Huh? DCC locomotives, get ready. You want a DCC equipped, ready to roll? Ow, that's where your pocketbook's gonna take a hit. 330, 40 bucks to get the locomotive shipped out. You gonna pay for that? Yeah, Train World's okay. Yeah, I never really had any. Yeah. Only thing I think with Train World for me was waiting on them, or was it Midwest? No, I think one of the two. I don't want to spread a false rumor, so I'll take that back. I'm not sure who. It was one that I had to wait like 2 weeks for my shit. I was like, bro. So I don't know. Uh, all my scenery stuff again, like plaster and uh, a lot of scenery stuff comes from Walmart, the arts and crafts section. Walmart got good prices, right? Always save. Anything secondhand is great to save. Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm not too much on the secondhand, old secondhand, because I do believe in secondhand stuff, but I don't mess with the old stuff, Richie. Um, I tried it and just never. Always had a little hitch with the older stuff. Yeah, I'm more focused on a newer, technically locomotive. And for me. I guess if my layout would be more of straightforward, without mountains and without the inclines and the tight radiuses, I would lean more to that. But that track will find its flaws. Yeah, but each his own. Everybody has their look with what they're doing. And for right now, newer stuff if I can. You can always buy local and fix them and sell them. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. What else, guys? Yeah, we pretty much covered all the bases. We're an hour in, really, on the cost of stuff and how the world's leaning towards not getting any cheaper. And if you're like me, a middle class person, or if you don't really have a lot of money, I don't have a lot of money, but just saying you're low cost, definitely, and you want to do this hobby, you can do it, but you just want to have to be smart about it. I'm not going to say, oh, just go and buy this, and go buy a certain locomotive. That's far from the truth because it's gonna cost out your ass. So if you're seeing this, guys, whoever in the background, just remember that if you want to start it, you can. Be smart about it. Some people even use like sawdust for that scenery. You can use sawdust; it's cheaper. Real rocks, they use real rocks. Old paint they had left around. There's nothing wrong with that, you know. Of course, the gatekeepers of model railroading would have something to say about that. They'll just probably, eh, not to their standards. So, but who cares, right? It's model railroading is to me is the best hobby, but it's a smaller hobby compared to RCs for because it's such a tighter niche hobby. It is smaller than like RCs and all the other hobbies out there. You see more RC videos, more videos besides trains. On a modeling aspect because it costs so much. They said, "Well, David, an RC costs like $400 or $500." It does, but an RC comes with your truck, your remote, and you go outside and you play with it, right? It's when you start getting into the scenery, your track, your cork, your ballast, locomotives, your cars. Boom! It's just a big explosion of money. But that's why, again, model railroading is a niche hobby, and yeah, absolutely. In my opinion, that's the way I see it. Of course, the big guys on the top levels, that's in the rivet counting stage up there. They don't want to hear nothing about what we're talking about in this chat right here, because that's not to their standard, not to their level. But we don't play like that. We real. We shoot it the way it is, and we're not about to sugarcoat and fake nothing for nobody. So that's why HO Powertrain does what we do. We are real, bro. Oh, speaking of like, that's what another 15-20 bucks for one setup. Like I'll show you. Like this little cheap HO scale truck here, you're looking around 20 bucks for this, and everything is going up. So that's another level of the hobby where prices go up. I'm definitely not river counting. I ran a Tyco T. Club out that somehow pulled 12 more. Oh, it's cool, Richie. Hey, you had fun with it, right? Yeah. Oh yeah. Model railroading. I'll say this again. It's a smaller niche hobby compared to your other hobbies. What we don't want to do is we don't want to promote. And that's what my channel represents. We don't want to promote one standard of playing on a certain level of model railroading. We don't want to do that. I do like to make my stuff realistic, but you see how I run my locomotives. You see what I do here. And what I promote is, not everybody has a lot of money. Buy what you can afford, and just go with it. You don't have to be embarrassed what you have. And people will sell all their stuff because they're not like the top tier NMRA standard setup. It's if they keep promoting that top tier of that, then this hobby will only be that. Okay, it will never it'll never be dedicated to the small guy like us. It won't. It just and that's the way it's leaning. Yeah, it's complex. It's not just buying a locomotive. You know, it's so much in the facet of the hobby. So guys watching this, that's going to come back, and if they see this, you know, do not gatekeep the hobby in that standard. Okay, because the poor person at home that's trying, they're going to get discouraged, and that's what we don't want. The 040 guy is also known as one of the world's 040 because it's super. Oh, they love to explode. Okay, yeah, yeah, right, Troy. But again, the higher influence is only influencing the high standard, you know, and it's so far from the truth in the case that it's, you know, I somehow managed to get several of them. Finally managed to get two of them. Oh, cool, Richard. I think those are good points we talked about tonight, guys. I've been wanting to talk about this for quite some time. Uh, at least that's what I'm seeing over here, the way in the world is circulating, and of course the way the hobby is leaning towards, you know. But here I run Walders, I run cheaper stuff, I run, yeah, the cheaper stuff, and I'll try to keep the cost low to show that anybody that's getting into it, you can do it also, guys. So don't get discouraged. Don't get sidetracked on what the big gatekeeper's doing over there, rivet counter's doing, saying it's got to be. Do you and have fun with your stuff, okay? Building it is a fun aspect of it. Watching it run is a fun aspect of it. Making a video, putting music in it is a fun aspect of it. There's so many ways you can do it. It's not just tied down to one rivet counting thing, okay? And it's for everybody. So with that said, guys, I got to go eat. My wife just cooked. I hope everybody enjoyed the stream. Oh, hold on, Troy. I someone about it not being pro too. I told him to piss off in for my layout, not to f off. That's right, Troy. That's right. That's right. That right there. Yeah, yeah. You're absolutely right. You know, um, it's showing again. If they're in this group doing all this, that's on them, right? Yeah, fine, whatever. But if everybody starts leaning just to that, then the model railroading will be finished for the younger generation coming up, especially with the cost, because people won't be able to afford it. You put those two things together and just flatline model railroading. They say, "Oh no, that's not true." Yeah, it's a trickle effect. It's proven itself in history. So it was a fun topic. We'll catch on this another topic next time, guys. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Hit that like button if you haven't for me. And if you're not subscribed, please do and stay notified so we can have more stuff like this, guys. So with that said, till next time, I'll catch you in the next one. See you later, guys. Thank y'all for coming in.